I decided to become a tree farmer after we had to sell our house out in Western Massachusetts to pay off my bank loan so that I wouldn't have to declare bankruptcy on my failed furniture business, and we ended up with a nice down payment, residual down payment on a piece of farmland and a lot and a small house. And so suddenly we were owners of 22 acres of farmland, simultaneous with me coming to this conclusion that all the value on these acres was in 2 black cherry trees. And I thought, I'm just gonna plant trees in straight rows. I'm going to prune them so they have no defects in them. And I'm gonna create the most valuable acre per acre that I can, because by the way, degraded farmland, as long as it's well drained, is perfect for growing trees. And I quickly learned that I love dirt, and I love being dirty, and I love working hard physically. So that's sort of the origin story, if you will.
Bob Saul he's a fantastic person. He has been a great client, both on the personal side, working with his own properties here in Amherst, Massachusetts, but also on the institutional side with the various companies that he's worked with. When I first met Bob 25 years ago, these plantations were his idea, his dream, and a retirement investment. Over time, we have watched that evolve into something much larger than a retirement nest egg or a weekend project. Everybody knows about Bob's plantations and the passion that he has developed for them and how meaningful they are both to him and to the local community. So when he started losing the ash trees to the emerald ash borer, it became more than a financial loss. It was sort of like each tree that you lost was taking a little piece of Bob with it.
I developed a sort of emotional resilience when it came to taking down these trees. And I had planted about 850 white ash trees. And I decided that I would reclaim them as best I could.
This project first kicked off when our team in Concord, Mass. Was fitting up our new office there, and they commented on the fact that they really wanted to have some of the LandVest forestry clients' woods brought into the office there on Main Street in Concord, Mass.
Joe and I were talking on the phone, and I was interviewing him for a project that I'm doing because I find him to be exceptionally insightful, witty, bright, not handsome, but those other things are true. And in the process, I was telling him about my EAB crisis. And Joe, because he is very intuitive, understood that there was an opportunity here to take an old client and transform his crisis into something that was durable. And it's a wonderful thing to see finished wood turned into some utility. That is incredibly gratifying.
This LandVest project is pretty rewarding to know where the wood is coming from and what the story behind it is. I love taking something that might not have been used and turning it into a piece of usable furniture.
When we see a piece of wood go from a round tree trunk into something that is shaped, through a cabinet maker or an artist's hands, there is a feeling that we all get looking at that piece of finished lumber, the grain in it, the pattern, the color configuration, and it's very transformative. And for Bob personally, it's what he has put the last 30 years of his life outside of work into, and that's why we're grateful and honored that we could take something from his farm and turn it into our table.